I played Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord for 50 hours on the same save. Here's what happened. First, I had to create a character, and I named him Darim, or the game did, because I didn't really have any inspiration. My goal was to make a great horse rider with good two-handed and archery skill and a very athletic character. The first 4 hours were spent doing tournaments to level up and make money, which I would reinvest into caravans and workshops. I got captured a couple of times by bandits during these times, but overall this went pretty well. After about 4.5 hours of running around doing tournaments and various quests to make money, I decided to pledge my sword as a mercenary to the Western Empire. I got into quite a few scraps early on but lost my entire party to the Asarais soon after becoming a mercenary. I kept doing some tournaments from time to time and would earn money through caravans, workshops, and my mercenary contract. At around hour 7, I married my wife, whose name is Agna, and after that kept on fighting for the Western Empire with my wife at my side. I leveled up my clan all the way to level 3 by hour 8 and also had my first baby. During hour 10, I had one of my biggest battles in the defense of Ortizia, which I successfully led to victory. At around the 12-hour mark, full of confidence from my defense of Ortizia, I thought I could do the same with Lageta, but unfortunately the Sturgeons overwhelmed us and I was captured. I escaped a few days later and rebuilt my party to keep fighting for the Western Empire. During my 13th hour of play, I got a second baby from Agna and I leveled up my clan to level 4. From hours 15 to 17, I kept fighting for the Western Empire and had another baby. By the end of hour 17, the Western Empire asked me to become a vassal. I had impressed them with my abilities to fight and lead my party, and they wanted me to join their ranks. I accepted, of course, not really feeling like I was in a position to refuse. My first act as a vassal was to take Sionon so that it would be awarded to my clan. During the 18th hour, I spent time managing Sionon, but by the 19th hour, I had run out of money. Being a vassal meant paying my part of the tributes to other factions when we had peace deals, which ran me completely dry. So by the beginning of the 19th hour, I decided to get out of the Western Empire to build my wealth that had crumbled over the years. I got 3 more babies during the 19th hour, 2 of which were twins, which surprised me because I had no idea you could have twins in Bannerlord. During the 20th hour, I realized that Rote had rebelled. I declared war on the rebel clan and promptly took the city for myself. I spent time managing Rote and making sure that everything was going well. During the 22nd hour, I declared war on Ortizia and took it just like Rote. I did the same thing with Varcheg a couple of minutes later. During our 23rd, my child Tora came of age. I picked her up and bought some armor for her. I did the same thing for all of my upcoming children. I also kept spending time managing my towns until around hour 26, during which I became a vassal again for the Western Empire. I had made a lot of money and felt ready to be a vassal again. I also married my first son at some point, and after many more battles, my first son got a baby. During hour 29, Sturgia was very weak and we were at war, so I decided to gather the biggest army I could and lay siege to their last 2 fiefs. Sturgia had no more fiefs after that. But during the 30th hour, Sturgia suddenly got 3 towns out of nowhere, and I think this might have something to do with the game trying to rebalance different factions, but I'm not exactly sure. After many more battles for the Western Empire came one of my biggest battles during hour 33. I defended Ortizia against 3,000 Asarais. This was very stressful because I would have lost my long-time town if I had lost a battle. During hour 37, I won a battle in which 600 soldiers outnumbered us. I still managed to win because of better troops and tactics. Fast forward to hour 42 and a massive battle, much bigger than all of the other ones I had done so far, happened against the Battanians. The battle lasted around 28 minutes without any fast forwards. Many more battles ensued all the way until hour 45 when something crazy happened. The king of the Western Empire had died and a new ruler had to be elected. And to my surprise, I was elected the new king of the Western Empire. I think I was such a good commander and had won so many massive battles, helping out my fellow vassals so many times that it was the logical choice for them. The usual battles and wars continued until hour 47 when a massive battle of about 3,200 versus 3,000 soldiers happened against the Khuzaits. This battle took around 16 minutes, with me being knocked out around the 10-minute mark and 5 to 6 minutes of fast forward. But after many years on the battlefield and seeing so many things, I had grown massively confident, maybe too confident. After a couple of close calls in different battles, during the 50th hour, around 64 years old, I got overconfident. I lost against an army of the Northern Empire and died on the battlefield. leaving my children to fight it out for the throne of the Western Empire. I learned a few things while filming this video. I knew I loved the game before, but I had never spent a whole lifetime in one of the characters I created. And over time, I started immersing myself in what that character would do. I thought at some point that maybe I should take my independence, but then I thought, well, what if Darim was incredibly loyal and just stayed with the Western Empire? And if it came to it, maybe his son would have bigger inspirations like being independent. And that is something that actually led me to be king, which was not even something I thought was possible. I knew you could be king of your own kingdom, of course, but I didn't know you could be elected king of an existing kingdom. And like that, over the course of this save, I realized the extent of possibilities was even bigger than I thought it was. Something that I also realized is that the game is incredibly repetitious. It's okay if the game's core gameplay pleases you, but after around 50 hours, it started getting so repetitious that I was actually glad to end it. Something that makes playing this game enjoyable, though, is the sandbox element of it. I could restart a game right now and roleplay as a merchant or complete mercenary only out for myself, and that type of playstyle is supported by a wide array of skills that can all provide a unique feel to your adventure. By the end of my time with Darim, I'd grown so attached to him that I wanted to think of a fitting end to this story. And I thought, I got more confident throughout this whole adventure. What if Darim got overconfident in the end and maybe a bit sloppy with age? And that could be his downfall. Overall, I think that was actually a pretty fitting end. I enjoyed my time in this save and got close to the character I was playing. I started thinking as if I was him, and that was never really something that I'd done before. But after around 50 hours of laying siege to towns and castles and winning big battles, the game got a bit boring. In the end, I think around 50 hours was the perfect amount of time, but I think if you want to play this game, I strongly encourage you to try to understand the character you're playing and the decisions he or she would make, because this really transformed my experience overall. And that's it. That is my 50-hour experience in Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this. And if you want to see more content like this, leave a comment and let me know what game you want me to play next. On this note, I will leave you with a bit more gameplay of some of those 50 hours. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.